Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Take a look at this beautiful house, especially that rounded room there to the right side. If your home is blessed with a beautiful roof line, this is a great way to flaunt it. If it doesn't have naturally good lines, you can fix that too.
It's true. Jack Ugger is the president of Metal Roofing Systems. They specialize in roofs made almost entirely from post-consumer waste. They also help cut energy costs, and they look beautiful too. Hi, Jack. How are you?
Nice
well,
to
thank
have
you.
you here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So why metal? I would think that it doesn't always make sense to people in their mind when they first think of having a metal roof.
Well, metal isn't right for everybody, but if you're going to be in your house for more than 10 years, it makes perfect sense. It looks beautiful, lasts forever basically, and cuts your energy bills down, and that's about it. I mean,
the thing I think about, it's sort of like the whole tin roof thing. When you think about it, I think, okay, when rain hits this, is it going to be super loud? You hear every
Hail?
drop?
Great question. It's almost always the first question. There is no decibel increase between this and other conventional types of temporary roofing.
Even like asphalt shingles, that kind of thing?
Nope, no louder
Okay.
than any other roof. You're up against a substrate on a plywood, your plywood underneath your roof, which deadens the sound, and then you've got a lot of insulation between that roof deck and your house, so the sound there's no increased sound at all.
That's good, because I would think that would be the main if only concern that someone has with metal roofing.
Right.
You know, when somebody looks at like this, they'll say, can it be installed on any roof? Does it depend on what kind of roof I have now, or what kind of home I have? Can it be installed anywhere?
It can go on just about every home. And again, it's like I said, it's not for everybody, but if you're going to be in your home for a while, it makes perfect economic sense. Simply because it lasts longer. The skyrocketing cost of temporary roofing over the last 10 years has made metal roofing a much better economic choice.
What are some of the problems that you're hearing about from people that you can address or sort of fix with this type of roofing?
Well, I guess the biggest problem in roofing that we're seeing is almost an epidemic of mold in attics. With every roof that we put on, we have to make absolutely sure that it's a structurally sound home and that it's not falling apart from the inside, because this roof is going to be there for a long time. So the first thing we do is we go into the attic, we use equipment, micropaltimeter, moisture detector, it's a fancy word for moisture detector, and some other tools that allow us to make sure that your house is ventilating properly. If we don't, you can end up, and we see it every week, we see homes with small amounts of mold and some, now we're not mold experts, but we can tell what it is when we see it. Right. And through several processes that we have before and during the time we put the roof on, we can eliminate most of those problems in ventilation.
I would think you going into an attic, first of all, people are going to be like, how's he going to fit up there, right? There's probably some pretty stuffed attics you've seen.
Right. And people say, well, why do you need to go in my attic? Well, we just need to open up, get inside there. The biggest thing is check for the moisture level, because we see high moisture levels in attics that just make mold want to blossom.
Because they're just not ventilating properly, right?
Well, we've tightened up our homes. We've done a really good job. New windows, new doors, caulking, and we seal up our houses really good, but we create 6 to 8 gallons of water as a family every day. That water has to go somewhere. Now that we've tightened the house up and the water can't get out the little cracks, it goes right up through the roof, into the attic, into the insulation, which, number one, lowers your R value significantly. Just a small percentage of moisture can bring down the R value, the resistance your insulation has to the cold or the heat, and also create situations where you're just a hotbed waiting for mold to start growing.
I would think that service in itself is really beneficial for people, just to know if you've got that going on in your house. What if somebody hasn't had an inspection? Are they, should they be concerned?
Well, it doesn't take much to go up and do the testing.
Okay.
If they haven't had the inspection with their roofer when they had a roof put on, I would recommend having someone do that. The test we do is free. And the reason we do it, of course, is we don't want to put something permanent on a roof that's going to fall apart in a few short years.
That roofing, the picture on that last one too looked so beautiful on that stone home.
Thanks.
I didn't know if I didn't know if I would like the look of it on that. It's beautiful.
Yep, a little storybook house.
Yeah.
When people find out that they don't have to, when they want to put on a permanent metal roof and they don't have to put up with the standing seam with the ribs coming down, it looks like a barn.
Yeah.
When they find out that you can do this product for about the same price, They
really
think,
pretty.
hey,
Well,
I
it's
think I'll
amazing.
do
They
it.
look like tile. Some of them look like slate,
Sure.
even like
Yeah.
wood.
Yeah.
They almost look like the wood shakes
Exactly.
in some examples. There's a lot of really cool styles, and that's one of the things is, we've talked about, energy savings and long-lasting durability, but the aesthetics of it are incredible too. It really can beautify a home.
Thank you. Well, when people, that we've surveyed after they buy our roof, they admit that the reason they bought it was because of how beautiful it made their house look. Many homes are just transformed by this one simple product alone. Then they justify it with savings in energy, the fact that it's recyclable, so they're being good to the environment, and number two, it lasts forever. So if you've paid for this roof in 12 years, the rest is history. I mean, it just saves a ton of money over time.
Yeah. Right? You either got to show up or look as good as your neighbor too, right?
Yeah.
So, here's the information for Metal Roofing Systems. You can contact them at 855-678-ROOF, or that's 7663 for those last 4 numbers. Also, beautifulroofs.com is the website that you can visit for more information. Beautiful pictures, wonderful
Thank you.
product. Thanks for being here, Jack. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.